and a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. So the Nets starting five. They've got Kyrie Irving. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Curry. And it's Aldridge in at the center. And for the Lakers, Howard is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And there's Davis. And it's Monk in at the shooting guard position. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
Yeah, and I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
A shot's good from Westbrook. Westbrook's got the first points up on the board here for the Lakers.
Just by nature of his style, Westbrook is going to draw contact, so he's got to be strong enough and focused enough to play through it. And he is and does.
And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. KD against James. KD's shot is good.
Boy, Durant's confidence through the roof. I mean, he knows he can get his shot over anybody at any time.
Greg, LaMarcus Aldridge taking more three-pointers last season, easily passing his career highs in attempts with almost 3 a game.
And Aldridge shot a very respectable percentage from outside. In order to play heavy minutes at the 4, you need to be able to shoot. Good to see Aldridge still adding new wrinkles to his game.
And so it's Brooklyn with it after the basket by Los Angeles.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Baseline J on the way. Howard, the pass to James. And here's Davis for 3. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
Feeling it from 3D deep, way downtown. AD didn't know you had it like that, big fella.
And the dunk by James.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Irving after the basket by Los Angeles. Aldridge, no luck.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what?
Just for Brooklyn, Griffin comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Simmons subbed in for Harris. There's 21 seconds left in the first. Curry, good.
He's gaining more and more confidence over time from deep. Seth Curry proving he's got touch from out there.
Outside, Davis. To the middle, here's James. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. LeBron's got 6 points.
And that's another basket for them. They have really come out blazing here in the first.
Looking strong to the finish. When Durant locks in on scoring, nobody's stopping it.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. We'll get right back to the action when we return. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Lakers.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Timeout called the Nets. I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
We've got Davis. Howard is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Monk in at the shooting guard. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Irving, good.
A precision passer, Curry, also excellent at seeing his guys when they're open.
Outside Westbrook. Back to LeBron. And James throws it down.
And look at hanging in the air, double pump, and then throws it down.
And you see the D, they just stepped aside, let him pick what kind of move he wanted to make. Wow.
And what a beautiful move it was that he picked.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. There's 47 seconds left in the first half.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
And just the sheer power of Griffin, one of the best finishers in the league after contact.
The Lakers in the lead. LeBron passes to Howard. And Griffin sends it back. Irving drives in. Shot's good by Durant.
Tell you what, that defense was physical, and yet Durant, with great balance and composure, just stayed with it.
.26 seconds left to play in the first half. Irving against Westbrook. The dish to Monk. Davis, the pass to LeBron. Lakers passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Monk's shot's good.
You know he can shoot deep. But he also has a nice touch inside, so Monk has a lot of confidence wherever he's shooting the ball from.
Sinks the three-pointer.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Nets up by 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in warm-up. So we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
I have never heard anyone say it starts in warm-ups until now. Thanks, AD. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter was a difficult one for Brooklyn. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm or come up with enough stops and sunk into a 7-point hole by the end of the period. The second quarter went a lot better for them, and they got right back where they wanted to be before the half and now hold the 1-point lead. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
The hostile environment in this building has not been an issue. They've come in here, they focus like they would be at home. And it says something about the character of the team. You need to block out the crowd and just play your game.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Anytime you're giving up a field goal percentage in the 60s, it's not pretty. Looks like Kenny. Their D has been all over the place, not in a good way. Somebody needs to come out second half and be a leader. Get them pumped up.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. So for Brooklyn now, Kyrie Irving is out there with Seth Curry, and it's Durant, and there's LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward.
Boy, what a journey it's been for Irving. An all-star, a champion. He's played on the U.S. national team, and even did a little acting along the way.
And so Irving nails both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
There's the pass to Monk. Westbrook with a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper. Westbrook's got his second basket of the night.
Love the preparation that time by Westbrook. He was ready to shoot it before he caught it.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. The 3. Drills it from outside. Durant's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for the Nets. Mills comes in for Irving. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
The 3 from Davis. Hits the three-point bomb. Davis has got 9.
You know, over the last few years, AD's made enough threes to force defenders to respect him from back there.
Durant just inside the line. Again, the Nets for 2.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Howard finds James, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
He's not an easy guy to get a shot up and over. Aldridge has those long arms, and his timing's good, too.
A nice shot by KD.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, GA, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
First trip to the line for him here. And the first one drops.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of neat to see Aldridge take on more of a leadership role. He's somebody the younger guys can look up to.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Now here's Westbrook. He has 5. On for 3. They grab their own miss. Outside for Davis. A 3 ball. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game.
I think this particular play hinges on Davis's shooting ability. But you've got to set him up right, and the basket is virtually guaranteed if you do.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be back with you shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got LeBron James. Hunk is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Howard in at the center position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And Brooklyn has possession. And here's Mills. Griffin inside. Davis is there. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in. From downtown, good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Oh, I tell you what, he's one of the best scorers in the game, and I love how Irving continues to be in attack mode.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game. Fellas?
Here's Griffin. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Now it's a 5-point Nets lead.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
And here's LeBron outside. And there's the call on Howard. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it.
The Lakers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. And then for Brooklyn, KD's checked in for Griffin. And it's Seth Curry in for Langston Galloway. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
And here's James outside. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
The magnitude of the moment not lost on LeBron James. He knows they needed a bucket there, and he's going to get it for them.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. The Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And here's LeBron outside. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
LeBron James can beat you from anywhere on the floor, inside, mid-range, or from deep.
Taken away by Anthony. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Harris, and Davis sends it back, and he's able to get it back. They get it again, out to Harris. And James picks up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
and he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game. No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
Knocks down the 3.
Boy, is it tough to stop LeBron right now.
It's tipped. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. To take the lead. Misses the 3.
AD staring him down and letting him know this ain't over yet.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for the Lakers right now, we've got Anthony. Russell Westbrook out there with Anthony Davis. And there's Monk, and it's LeBron in at the Brooklyn. They trail by 3. 51 seconds left in overtime. KD passes to Irving. Outside for Durant. On the wing, Irving. Covered by LeBron. Second shot opportunity. And it's Aldridge missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Count it!
I love the way James maintains his concentration, even against tight defense there. I mean, looks like the defense had no chance.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Timeout called the Nets. They're trailing by 5. 29 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. The wide open look for Durant. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Well, in my mind, KD is one of the top 10 all-time guys that you want taking that shot. His length, his ball handling, his shooting, and his confidence makes him huge in late-game situations.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And here's Harris from the arc. Laces one from 3.
And Harris plays with such freedom and fearlessness. He's a guy you can count on to take and make big shots.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? You know, he misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
And so the Lakers take the win. They escape with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you have accomplished so much in this league. How have you sustained it for this long?
You know, it's only a select few. It's not many who make it to this point, and I would never take the game for granted. That's why I try to give everything I can till I can't give no more. And I've been around some great players, great coaches, great organizations, and for me to have this opportunity right here means a lot, and I'm very humbled.
Well, we appreciate all the work you've put in, man. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.